Hello. Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing? Happy Monday. Jeez, it still feels weird. Like, first official stream with the live, like, post debut. It feels weird. It feels weird. Not gonna lie. Let me see if I can actually, move myself up just a little bit. Yeah, just grow myself a little bit. Grow myself just a teeny tiny little bit. Yeah. All right. Pog post debut. Hey, exactly. Hey there, Shiny Rays. How you doing? Oh, there's the chat. There's the chat thing. Okay. Hope you don't mind my head's covering the chat a little bit. Excuse me. How you doing? Oh man, thank you for swinging by. How's your evening been so far? Oh jeez, right away, Corey, it's okay. Be good, all right. Sorry, Corey's throwing a fit already. Pretty good, you? We're doing pretty good. Day went by pretty well, and gonna try to get back into the habit of doing some good old horror shenanigans. Starting with this interesting game called Dagon, which is based off of the story by H.P. Lovecraft. Now, Lovecraft is not exactly my favorite author. In fact, him and his family have had some viewpoints that are unpleasant. I guess that'd be the polite way to describe it. By the way, don't look up what the name of Lovecraft's cat was. Don't look up the name of Lovecraft's cat. You won't like it. but I'm of the mindset that as far as like Eldritch horror goes, as a subject that the cat. I'm of the mindset that like as far as Eldritch horror as like a subgenre has grown enough to kind of be separate from Lovecraft. Like you can respect the origins, but you don't necessarily have to respect the author. I feel like is a relatively healthy mindset to have on the subject. But that's a bit of a discussion. But yeah, it's like this is supposed to be a narrative, not terribly long, but it's a narrative game based on one of his stories. So should be interesting. Heard it's really fucking good. It's apparently really fucking good, and I forget if it was like free or just like if it's either free or relatively inexpensive. But yeah, so we're just gonna go ahead and take a look at this. Should take about an hour to do, and then we can go ahead and move on to the next game we have planned on the docket. All right. What's on the trivia, by the way? Oh, okay. We must have to unlock trivia as we play the game. Interesting. I'm alright with this. All right. Start. Dagon is a faithful interactive adaptation of H.P. Lovecraft's work focused on story and atmosphere. You will not find difficult choices, action sequences, or inventory management here, and movement is limited to progressing through locations along with the plot. Well, at least the game lets you know what you're in for. Like, just in the event that you're expecting some kind of high-octane action game or something like that.
I am writing this under an appreciable mental strain, since by tonight I shall be no more.
Let me know if I need to turn the volume down, by the way. During the game, you will encounter interactive elements. Some of them will allow you to continue your journey. Others reveal interesting facts about the original short story, its historical background, and the author. Some of the trivia is hidden. In order to find these secrets, focus your eyes and look for the Elder Sign. Ah, Elder Sign, huh? You can also access all the found facts later. They will be available in the main menu. Ah, cool. Oh, starting right away. Okay, this is... Oh, right here. Right off the bat. Right off the bat. As to letters, my case is peculiar. I write such things exactly as easily and as rapidly as I would utter the same topics in conversation. Indeed, epistolary expression is with me largely replacing conversation, as my condition of nervous prostration becomes more and more acute. Hold on, hold on. Let me bring Corey in. She's throwing a fit. Will you behave, Corey? Huh? Will you behave? Alright, we'll see how long this lasts. We'll see how long this lasts. Oh boy. Alright. Where was I? I cannot bear to talk much now, and am becoming as silent as the spectator himself. My loquacity extends itself on paper. H.P. Lovecraft to Reinhard Kleiner, December 23rd, 1917. Throughout his life, Lovecraft penned around 100,000 letters to his friends and fans, out of which about 10% survive to this day, but his tendency to endless correspondence was a relatively late growth. In youth, I scarcely did any letter writing. Taking anybody for a present was so much of an ordeal that I would rather have written a 250-line pastoral or a 20-page treatise on the rings of Saturn. Oh, really? Lovecraft would often skip meals to afford postage. Collections of his correspondence have been published in various books, and selected letters can be found online. Some readers consider them his most important legacy. Yeah, interesting. I didn't know that about him. Is there anything else in this room, or... Okay, I'm actually locked in my position right now. Yeah. So,
Penniless, and at the end of my supply of the drug which alone makes life endurable, I can bear the torture no longer, and shall cast myself from this garret window into the squalid street below.
Oh, that's concerning.
Do not think from my slavery to morphine that I am a weakling or a degenerate. When you have read these hastily scrawled pages, you may guess, though never fully realize, why it is that I must have forgetfulness or death.
Okay, so look for the... Morphine. Morphine entered into use in the 19th century and was routinely administered to treat severe pain during the American Civil War and World War I. It was also sold without restrictions until 1914. Morphine became more popular after the invention of the hypodermic syringe around 1814. Frederick Serturner, who first isolated the substance, originally named it morphium after Morpheus, the Greek god associated with dreams. At the time when Dagon was published, morphine abuse, known as soldier's disease, already posed a big problem in the United States. Let me know how I sound, by the way, in the audio. I'm trying a different microphone position, just to kind of make sure I'm able to speak into as much of it as I can. Let's see, anything else? Okay, yeah, just this little spot right here. Taking the quill.
It was in one of the most open and least frequented parts of the broad Pacific that the packet of which I was supercargo fell a victim to the German sea raider.
Uh-oh. Sea raider. Oh wow, yeah, your movement is actually very limited. Like almost nothing. Oh, another one. Lovecraft and the Great War. Seems like every scene has one of these. Dagon was written around a month after the United States entered World War I. Lovecraft was actively interested in its course. He composed many poems in which he gave encouragement to soldiers and commented on the events unfolding in Europe. He tried to enlist in the army, which he mentions in one of the letters to Reinhard Kleiner. Some time ago, impressed by my entire uselessness in the world, I resolved to attempt enlistment despite my almost invalid condition. I argued that if I chose a regiment soon to depart for France, my sheer nervous force, which is not inconsiderable, might sustain me till a bullet or pierce of shrapnel could more conclusively and effectively dispose of me. Oh. But even though he passed the physical exam, his mother prevented him from going to the war. She has threatened to go to any lengths, legal or otherwise, if I do not reveal all the ills which unfit me for the army. I Am Providence, The Life and Times of H.P. Lovecraft. I heard about this being a thing. Like, I think that's something that the military ended up cracking down on, where, well, at least I hope they do nowadays. But the military nowadays, at least should, generally bar people whose only interest in like enlisting in the military is to essentially find a way, like, how do I put this? Essentially looking for something else to take them out, and that's not themselves. Like, it's a very unhealthy mindset. Like, because obviously it's one of those things where you're not sure what this person is going to do. They might just put not only themselves at risk, but the entire platoon. At least I think that's the logic behind it. Other way, it's just like, oof, yeah, not something you want to have in the recruitment office. What you doing, Corey? Let's see. Yeah, if that's still the case, or if it's anything like slightly different, feel free to let me know.
The Great War was then at its very beginning, and the ocean forces of the Hun had not completely sunk to their later degradation, so that our vessel was made a legitimate prize, whilst we of her crew were treated with all the fairness and consideration due us as naval prisoners.
Okay. There it is. The Huns. The Huns were Central Asian nomads who established a dominion in Europe and invaded the Roman Empire in the 5th century AD. They were known as brutal, deadly warriors and masters of quick raids who also developed powerful composite bows, lassos, and early siege weapons. During World War I, the British used the word Hun as a synonym for Germans in order to emphasize their brutality. However, the term originated when the German Emperor Wilhelm II gave a speech to his troops on the 27th of July 1900 before they embarked to China. Should you encounter the enemy, he will be defeated. No quarter will be given. Prisoners will not be taken. Whoever falls into your hands is forfeited. Just as 1,000 years ago, the Huns, under their King Attila, made a name for themselves, one that even today makes them seem mighty in history and legend. May the name German be affirmed by you in such a way in China that no Chinese will ever again dare to look cross-eyed at a German. Oof. The refusal to take prisoners was a clear breach of the laws and customs of war adopted during the First Hague Convention of 1899. Wow. Let's see. Originated when... Okay, that's interesting. There's a lot of interesting little history notes on this. What's up, Corey? What's up,
So
Corey?
liberal, indeed, was the discipline of our captors, that 5 days after we were taken, I managed to escape alone in a small boat with water and provisions for a good length of time.
Nice. Oh wow, it's super dark. That's progression. And the other side. Oh. No, no thing on this scene? Is there no additional... I guess there's no trivia on this scene. Okay then. Unless it's like out in the ocean or something. Nope, doesn't look like it. Nothing to start. Okay. Alright. What you doing, Corey? What you doing, Corey?
When I finally found myself adrift and free, I had but little idea of my surroundings. Never a competent navigator, I could only guess vaguely by the sun and stars that I was somewhat south of the equator.
Ah, there it is.
Of the longitude, I knew nothing, and no island or coastline was in sight.
Hell of a fucking situation. Hell of a situation. Anything here? Oh, man. Oh, that's progression. Yeah, okay. Anything in the sky? Wow, this... Okay, so not every scene is gonna have something. Okay. Interesting. Not everything... It's basically giving you a
The
chance
weather
to
kept
kind of...
fair, and for uncounted days I drifted aimlessly beneath the scorching sun, waiting either for some passing ship or to be cast on the shores of some habitable land.
Yeah, this is like... There's actually no movement here at all. Like, I can move the camera around. That's about the extent of it. That's pretty much the extent of it. Oh, there it is. The Return to Short Stories. Dagon was written in July 1917 and first published in 1919 in The Vagrant, an amateur magazine focused on the supernatural. The story is the first of his stories that introduced an element from the Cthulhu mythos, Dagon itself. A pagan cult worshipping Dagon later appears in The Shadow over Innsmouth, one of Lovecraft's most popular works. 1917 is also the year when he wrote The Tomb, a story about Jervis Dudley, a daydreamer who discovers a mysterious mausoleum in the woods by his house and becomes obsessed with it. Better not be my fucking mausoleum. Better not be the mausoleum I'm in, because I would be very nonplussed. I would be... I would be very nonplussed if that was the case. Like, very nonplussed. These two works marked Lovecraft's return to short story writing after he burned most of his attempts at the genre 9 years prior and decided to concentrate on poetry. Lovecraft stated that it was his friend, William Paul Cook, a legendary literary publisher and critic, who convinced him to start writing weird fiction again. Weird fiction!
But neither ship nor land appeared, and I began to despair in my solitude upon the heaving vastness of unbroken blue. The change happened whilst I slept.
Yeah, it's like, imagine being fucking stranded in the middle of the ocean with just no sign of land or civilization anywhere for miles.
Its details I shall never know.
Hey, Chickapoo, how you doing? Thank you for swinging by. How you doing? How you doing tonight? I'm doing pretty good. Getting back into the spookiness. Getting back into the little horror cycle. Hope you're doing all right. Good seeing you. Good seeing you.
For my slumber, though troubled and dream-infested, was continuous.
Oh, hello. Oh. We got some tentacle action here now. Some good old tentacle action. Interesting. Can you eat it? Can we eat this? Can we eat this? And can I munch? Been stranded in the middle of the ocean for like at least a good couple days now. Probably a little bit hungry. I mean, that looks edible, right? That looks kind of edible. You can just make a small fire and just cook that, right?
When at last I awoke, it was to discover myself half sucked into a slimy expanse of hellish black mire, which extended about me in monotonous undulations as far as I could see, and in which my boat lay grounded some distance away.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Though one might well imagine that my first sensation would be of wonder at so prodigious and unexpected a transformation of scenery, I was in reality more horrified than astonished.
Yeah, I can understand that. I can understand that.
For there was in the air, and in the rotting soil, a sinister quality which chilled me to the very core. The region was putrid with the carcasses of decaying fish, and of other, less describable things which I saw protruding from the nasty mud of the unending plain. Perhaps I should not hope to convey in mere words the unutterable hideousness that can dwell in absolute silence and barren immensity. There was nothing within hearing, and nothing in sight save a vast reach of black slime. Yet the very completeness of the stillness and the homogeneity of the landscape oppressed me with a nauseating fear. The sun was blazing down from a sky which seemed to me almost black in its cloudless cruelty, as though reflecting the inky marsh beneath my feet.
Yeah, that's barely see anything, but the sun is right there, but it's just darkness. It's just a lot of darkness. Ooh. Well, now I can kind of look around a little bit more. Progression. Jeez. Okay, no trivia, or at least nothing that I can see. I was gonna say, is there a trivia marker on the octopus? It'd be a hell of a spot. On the fish, maybe? No. 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 The sun? No. Okay, nah, I can't turn enough. Okay. Guess try to get back to the boat. The squishy
As I crawled
sounds.
into the stranded boat, I realized that only one theory could explain my position. Through some unprecedented volcanic upheaval, a portion of the ocean floor must have been thrown to the surface, exposing regions for which innumerable millions of years had lain hidden under unfathomable watery depths.
Is that even a possibility? Like, is that an actual possibility of something that could happen? Like, actual question.
So great was the extent of the new land which had risen beneath me that I could not detect the faintest noise of the surging ocean, straining my ears as I might.
Like, it seems like just a sign of just, I don't know, grasping for some level of explanation and to describe what you're seeing, no matter how crazy it sounds.
Nor were there any seafowl to prey upon the dead things.
Ew, fishy. That looks edible. That looks kind of edible. Oh, there it is. There's a thing. Mystery of volcanic islands. Volcanic eruptions sometimes result in the creation of islands. Most of them are transient and erode after some time, but some prove permanent. The floating pumice, porous rock created when superheated pressurized rock is ejected from a volcano, can move across long distances and transport barnacles and macroalgae, there we go, that cling to it. In 2001, rafts of pumice created during the eruption of a volcano near Tonga, Polynesia, eventually reached Australia. Ah, interesting. The more you know. Okay, that seems to be the only trivia thing here. Okay, can I eat the fish? Can I eat the fish? Just wipe some of the wipe some of the muck off. You know, just wipe some of the mucky muck. It's still good. It's just covered in mud. It's still good. It's still good. It's just a little slimy. It's still good.
For several hours I
It's still
sat
good.
thinking or brooding in the boat, which lay upon its side and afforded a slight shade as the sun moved across the heavens.
Ooh. Jeez. Probably not the... that. That's something.
As the day progressed, the ground lost some of its stickiness and seemed likely to dry sufficiently for traveling purposes in a short time.
Hori.
That night I slept but little, and the next day I made for myself a pack containing food and water, preparatory to an overland journey in search of the vanished sea and possible rescue.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Yeah, good luck sleeping under that. Imagine sleeping under a giant mass of tentacles, just wiggling about and possibly threatening to grab at you at any moment. Okay. I'm not really seeing... Okay, some of these trivia things are actually really hard to spot. Unless it's something in the distance? Okay. Nope, not here, I guess.
On the third morning, I found the soil dry enough to walk upon with ease. The odor of the fish was maddening, but I was too much concerned with graver things to mind so slight an evil, and set out boldly for an unknown goal.
Just any direction, I guess. Ooh. Not pleasant. That's kind of gnarly. Man, yeah, these trivia things they don't seem to show up. I thought they would show up at every scene, but I guess not. Sometimes they just don't show up. They're just not visible.
All day I forged
hello.
steadily westward, guided by a faraway hummock which rose higher than any other elevation on the rolling desert.
Yeah, it's good a landmark as any, I guess. Oh, jeez. Oh, yeah, now we're starting to get into some, like, indescribable shapes. Yeah, I'm essentially just kind of mashing the button here, because I'm not really seeing any... It's getting harder to kind of spot trivia marks. Oh, that was just general area. Okay, yeah, now it's getting kind of... Yeah, now it's getting even weirder. Are those, like, just giant crab legs? What the fuck even is that? Oh, you want back out now, Corey? Okay, hold on. Hold on. Okay, Corey is back outside. Jeez. Cat just refuses to make up her mind, I swear. Okay. Trivia. Wow, there's just no... I guess that makes sense, because if there's just nothing but muck and dead fish parts and stuff, and a whale. Whales!
That night, I encamped, and on the following day still travelled toward the hummock, though that object seemed scarcely nearer than when I had first espied it.
Jeez. Yeah. Moving... Oh, hello. Hey. The Horrors of the Ocean. The creator of the Cthulhu mythos and the fictional underwater city of I don't know how to pronounce that. Maybe? Was convinced that life could not exist at the bottom of the ocean because the water pressure would make it uninhabitable. Today, we know that the darkest depths of the ocean are home to many peculiar organisms. The deepest dwelling fish we have discovered so far, the Mariana snailfish, can live about 8,000 meters, more than 2,600 feet below the ocean's surface. In never-ending darkness, and at hellishly crushing pressures, hundreds of times stronger than those found at sea level. Upon glancing at the modern photos of deep-sea creatures, such as the anglerfish, the fangtooth, or the viperfish, and their truly Lovecraftian characteristics, it's hard not to find some irony in this. Yeah, it's like the fucking animals that you fish and stuff that you can find really deep at like the very bottom of the ocean. It's like actual nightmare fuel. Actual fucking nightmare fuel. Not even joking. Like, look up some fucking photos of deep sea creatures, and there's just like, what the fuck is that? That's not real. There's no way that's a real creature. But then you look and it's like, oh, this is a real creature. It's wild. Nature is fucking wild.
By the fourth evening, I attained the base of the mound, which turned out to be much higher than it had appeared from a distance. An intervening valley setting it out in sharper relief from the general surface. Too weary to ascend, I slept in the shadow of the hill.
Ouch.
I know not why my dreams were so wild that night, but ere the waning and fantastically gibbous moon had risen far above the eastern plain,
Oh, the controller's
I
shaking.
was awake in a cold perspiration, determined to sleep no more. Such visions as I had experienced were too much for me to endure again, and in the glow of the moon I saw how unwise I had been to travel by day. Without the glare of the parching sun, my journey would have cost me less energy. Indeed, I now felt quite able to perform the ascent which had deterred me at sunset. Picking up my pack, I started for the crest of the eminence.
Jeez. Corey, you need to behave, okay? She's trying to play her game. Let's see. Oh, there we go. The Loner. Contrary to popular opinion, Lovecraft was not an ever-frowning, eccentric, grumpy loner. He considered himself to be a person who appreciated humor. Moreover, he would often meet with friends in his apartment or at various cafes in Brooklyn and Manhattan. At times, his social life was so intensive, his work would suffer for months. There was a point when he finally decided he needed to put an end to daily meetings and loitering in New York cafeterias and resorted to hiding at home, reading with the main room light turned off, pretending he wasn't there whenever a friend knocked on his door. He also had another method of deterring his guests, which involved greeting them in the bathrobe with an unmade bed visible in the background and piles of papers scattered across the floor. Ouch. So he wasn't always the loner type. He actually got so sociable, too much of a social butterfly, that I was like, okay, how do I get people? How do I make myself focus to get work done? Is like just to get that point across. Lovecraft lives the life, unmade bed and bedrobe. Yeah. It's an interesting life, definitely. It's just crazy. It's how someone can go be like a social butterfly and then just very quickly shift to being a recluse so readily in order to get something done. Let's see. Grab the pack.
I have said that the unbroken monotony of the rolling plain was a source of vague horror to me. But I think my horror was greater when I gained the summit of the mound and looked down the other side into an immeasurable pit or canyon, whose black recesses the moon had not yet soared high enough to illumine.
Oh, that is a big pit.
I felt myself on the edge of the world, peering over the rim into a fathomless chaos of eternal night.
Oh, no thank you. Nope, no thanks, no thanks.
Through my terror ran curious reminiscences of Paradise Lost, and of Satan's hideous climb through the unfashioned realms of darkness.
Oh boy.
As the moon climbed higher in the sky, I began to see that the slopes of the valley were not quite so perpendicular as I had imagined.
Okay, that is progression. There. Nope. Jeez. Yeah, it's like, this would probably be just a big nope to me, because I already don't like heights. I don't like heights as it is. Then you throw an infinite, a void of infinite blackness in front of me, and I'm just like, nah, I'm gonna go over here. I'm just gonna go over there. I'm going the opposite direction.
Ledges and outcroppings of rock afforded fairly easy footholds for a descent, whilst after a drop of only a few hundred feet, the declivity became very gradual.
Oh, God. Well, let's see. Well, guess we're going down.
Urged on by an impulse which I cannot definitely analyze, I scrambled with difficulty down the rocks and stood on the gentler slope beneath, gazing into the Stygian deeps where no light had yet penetrated. All at once, my attention was captured by a vast and singular object on the opposite slope, which rose steeply about 100 yards ahead of me. An object that gleamed whitely in the newly bestowed rays of the ascending moon.
Huh. That's definitely something. That's progression. Nothing over. I was gonna say, you'd think there'd be something on that, but guess not. Man, it's like, I don't know if I'm just missing some of the clues or if they're just very spaced out. Not really sure.
That it was merely a gigantic piece of stone, I soon assured myself. But I was conscious of a distinct impression that its contour and position were not altogether the work of nature.
Yeah, that is definitely not normal. That's not a normal piece of stone.
A closer scrutiny filled me with sensations I cannot express.
Yeah, it's like that is not a normal piece of stone. Oh god, that reminds me. Does anyone remember that fucking giant piece of stone that just appeared one day in the middle of a desert? Like, which desert was it? I want to say it was Utah or something like that. No, it wasn't Utah. It was some desert. It was just a random black onyx block. And people were trying to figure out where it came from and what it was supposed to be. It's like the giant metal beam. Yeah, that thing. Yeah, it's like, I had the feeling it was just put there by someone as an attempt at either an art piece or a prank, but there were people that were theorizing that was actual alien shit. I don't know if it ever got confirmed as to who put that there in the first place. I'm not really sure if that ever got confirmed or not. I always thought it was just a thing that someone just put up there overnight, and no one really noticed it until recently. And I think it was a couple days passed, and then it was gone again. So it's like, oh, it's like I remember, excuse me, I remember hearing that story, and I was like, the fuck? Why would someone put a metal beam out in the middle of the desert? It's supposed to be an art installation or something like that. I don't fucking know.
For despite its enormous magnitude and its position in an abyss which had yawned at the bottom of the sea since the world was young, I perceived beyond a doubt that the strange object was a well-shaped monolith, whose massive bulk had known the workmanship and perhaps the worship of living and thinking creatures.
Dun 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 dun.
Dazed and frightened, yet not without a certain thrill of the scientist's or archaeologist's delight, I examined my surroundings more closely.
What else? Oh, right over there. Still no trivia bits on this scene.
The moon,
water.
now near the zenith, shone weirdly and vividly above the towering steeps that hemmed in the chasm, and revealed the fact that a far-flung body of water flowed at the bottom, winding out of sight in both directions and almost lapping my feet as I stood on the slope.
Huh.
Across the chasm, the wavelets washed the base of the Cyclopean monolith, on whose surface I could now trace both inscriptions and crude sculptures.
Huh. Interesting. This is getting weird. Just slightly weird. Yeah, still no trivia bits. Still no trivia. I feel like I'm missing some of where the trivia should be at. It's like, there should be more, but I'm not really seeing. Just not spotting them, I guess.
The writing was in a system of hieroglyphics unknown to me and unlike anything I'd ever seen in books, consisting for the most part of conventionalized aquatic symbols such as fishes, eels, octopi, crustaceans, mollusks, whales, and the like. Several characters obviously represented marine things which are unknown to the modern world, but whose decomposing forms I had observed on the ocean-risen plain. It was the pictorial carving, however, that did most to hold me spellbound.
Ah, there we go. There's something. Storytelling methods. Dagon contains many themes and storytelling methods that Lovecraft developed in his later works, such as telling the story through carvings at the Mountains of Madness and the Nameless City, journals and character notes, from Shadow Out of Time, the Haunter of the Dark, islands emerging from the ocean, Call of Cthulhu, or fictional beings and deities based on real events and mythologies, Migo in The Whisper in Darkness. It's also considered the origin of the popular Cthulhu mythos. Some of Lovecraft's other stories also conclude in a manner similar to Dagon, but let's skip the details in order not to spoil the ending. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Just look
Plainly
down.
visible across the intervening water on account of their enormous size were an array of bas-reliefs whose subjects would have excited the envy of a doré. I think that these things were supposed to depict men, at least a certain sort of men, though the creatures were shown disporting like fishes in the waters of some marine grotto, or paying homage at some monolithic shrine which appeared to be under the waves as well. Of their faces and forms I dare not speak in detail, for the mere remembrance makes me grow faint.
Oh.
Grotesque beyond the imagination of a Poe or a Bulwer.
Oh. Huh. Of a Poe or a Bulwer. It's like specifically referencing is like, yo, these depictions are well beyond anything that any of these well-known authors can put to paper. That's kind of wild to think about.
They were damnably human in general outline, despite webbed hands and feet, shockingly wide and flabby lips, glassy, bulging eyes, and other features less pleasant to recall. Curiously enough, they seem to have been chiseled badly out of proportion with their scenic background, for one of the creatures was shown in the act of killing a whale, represented as but little larger than himself.
Huh.
I remarked, as I say, their grotesqueness and strange size.
Oh, is Midnight calling at the door now? Oh, yep, she is. One sec. I think Midnight's calling at the door now. Yeah, it was indeed midnight. It was indeed midnight. Like, seriously. Cats. Oh, these cats. Okay. Let's see. Hopefully. Alright, you gonna take it easy, Midnight? You gonna take it easy, Midnight? First it was Corey, now it's you. So, both of you need to decide what you want to do. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Laps? Oh, do you want to be in my lap? You want lappies? You want lapsits? You want lapsit? Okay, like, just go in the closet then. Just go in the closet then. Cats are weird.
But in a moment decided that they were merely the imaginary gods of some primitive fishing or seafaring tribe. Some tribe whose last descendant had perished eras before the first ancestor of the Piltdown or Neanderthal man was born.
Interesting. Okay, nothing else I can really look at here. That's
Awestruck at this unexpected glimpse into a past beyond the conception of the most daring anthropologist, I stood musing whilst the moon cast queer reflections on the silent channel before me. Then, suddenly, I saw it.
Oh, the controller's shaking.
With only a slight churning to mark its rise to the surface, the thing slid into view above the dark waters.
Uh-oh.
Vast,
hi.
Polyphemus-like and loathsome, it darted like a stupendous monster of nightmares to the monolith, about which it flung its gigantic scaly arms, the while it bowed its hideous head and gave vent to certain measured sounds.
Okay, this is escalated a little bit.
I think I went mad then.
Yeah, you know what? I wouldn't blame you. I wouldn't blame you.
Of my frantic ascent of the slope and cliff, and of my delirious journey back to the stranded boat, I remember little.
Oh, God. Oh, yeah, we're just mad dashing. Yeah! Yo, Pandora! How you doing? Yo, thank you for the raid. Hold on a sec. Oh, shit. Oh. Thank you so much for the raid. How you doing this evening? Oh, man. Ah! Dougal Fugel, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Spooktorium. Enjoy your stay. One sec, let me get this. There we go. There ya goes. Oh shit, did I not do it right? Hold on. I don't know if I did the thing right. Hold on. Hold on. Let me try. Let me try this again. Let me try this again. Let me try this again. Let me make sure I get the name right. Oh crap, that's not it. How am I? I'm doing pretty good. We're playing Dagon. Oh, by the way. Oh, right, my spiel. Hold on. I want to make sure I get the fucking shout out working. There we go. There we go. All right. There. Shenmue. Is that right? Don't know if that was. There it is. There it is. Okay, I was going to say it was a bit of a delay there. All right. Playing Shenmue. Oh yeah, it's like I never really had a chance to play Shenmue. But I hear that the first one at the very least is like legendary in terms of like how people remember it. Oh, there is an S there. There is an S there. That's me. That's my bad. Oh, welcome Raiders. Welcome Raiders. I am SpookyBeef. I am a Wraith VTuber streaming to you live from an abandoned mausoleum, and we're playing Dagon, which is a narrative game based on one of H.P. Lovecraft's stories. It's definitely interesting for the Fluffy Neko 10, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Spooktorium. Enjoy your stay. It's definitely interesting. You're having fun though. Oh, well, at least as long as you're having fun. As long as you're having fun. The beautiful game. Oh. I mean, it looks cool. Like, I'm depending on how your definition of, like, I guess some people might say miles of muck and dead sea life is kind of a beautiful sight. So your model is so cool. Thank you. I actually just had my debut stream this past Saturday. It's like that, and include the lore reading of a story that I wrote for it. So the VOD is still up on Twitch. And if you're looking for any additional stuff on what I do, there's my Twitter. You can check that for like stream updates, and I also have a Discord that you can join for spooky shenanigans and to get notifications on when I go live for streams. There we go. I need to work on my pitch. Congrats. Thank you so much. But yeah, Pandora's. I'm glad you enjoyed your stream. I'm glad you had fun. And thank you so much for the raid. All right. Let's get back into this. Our character is currently going insane from seeing a large, bipedal, curiously attractive fish man. Any trivia bits here? No trivia bits. Okay, we're just climbing down.
I believe I sang a great deal and laughed oddly when I was unable to sing.
I need to see if I can do like a pop emote. Let's just go. Yeah, just something like that. Attractive fish man, like Shape of Water. I was making a fucking Darkstalkers joke, but I guess that would apply to that's actually applicable too. Because like, it was like, was it last week or it was 2 weeks ago? We were watching some of the American Darkstalkers adaptation cartoon, and one of the running gags was Rikuo, who is a fish person, essentially meant to be like the thing from, kind of referencing the thing from the Black Lagoon in a sense, but multiple characters referred to him as a curiously attractive fish man. But it's like, I actually forgot Shape of Water was a thing. I never actually saw that one, but I heard a lot about the fucking. Also, I heard that also had its own curiously attractive fish man. That voice, Gib. I want deep voice. Oh. Hey there, Dr. Hyde. How you doing? Thank you for swinging by. How you doing? Big Pogs. Big Pogs. How you doing this evening? Oh, man. Richmaster 639. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Spooktorium. Enjoy your stay. Spooky, scary, beefeaton. Yo, hey, Magpie. How you doing? How you doing? Thank you for swinging by. Oh, God. Thank you for the hydrate. Thank you for the hydrate. Oh, and the posture check. Ah, there we go. Whoop. Careful there. Oh, stretch in the back. All right. How you doing, Magpie? I saw you were streaming more Divinity 2 with Rao last night. So how are you doing in that game so far? How are you doing in that game so far? I know it takes a little bit for that game to get started. Self-care is best care. Oh yeah, definitely know that. Understand that much. Oh right. Right. Slowly but surely going insane, and lots more mucky muck. We're still in the mucky muck, and there's like giant claws. Doing good, I think.
I have indistinct recollections of a great storm sometime after I reached the boat.
I'm gonna go sleep. Have a great stream. Yeah, have a good sleep. Thank you again for stopping by, and thank you again for the raid, Pandora. Must save for the 1K channel points. Oh, oh yeah. It's like I added a new point command because I got 3 boxes of bean boozled stuff left over, and might as well do something with them. Got Rao Devour, so I'm gonna drag him into B. Oh, wait. Devour. Which is? Oh, the game Devour, right? Oh yeah. We've been talking about that. That's good. It's good. Like, hopefully we can get everyone together and have a fun session with that.
At any rate, I know that I heard pearls of thunder and other tones which nature utters only in her wildest moods.
Ooh. But. Oh wow, this is weird.
When I came out of the shadows, I was in a San Francisco hospital. Brought thither by the captain of the American ship which had picked up my boat in mid-ocean.
Oh, so it was like delirium.
In my delirium, I had said much, but found that my words had been given scant attention.
I have no body! Where is my body? Where's my body? Where's my body? I have no legs. I have no legs. I'm a total bitch with spooky games, so it'll be fun. Oh man, it's kind of funny. Like, I enjoy playing horror games, but I also sometimes get scared really easily, depending on the situation. Your laugh is amazing, by the way. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh, that means a lot.
Of any land upheaval in the Pacific, my rescuers knew nothing. Nor did I deem it necessary to insist upon a thing which I knew they could not believe.
Yep. Yeah, just slowly going nuts. It's just the wild ass dream. Totally it was just a dream. Ooh. Hey, here's a clue. The Journalist. Lovecraft was a prominent figure in the world of amateur journalism in 1915. He started publishing his own journal called The Conservative, which included political and social commentary, poetry, short stories, and literary criticism written by him and other authors. Howard was a skilled wordsmith, but he also took criticisms to heart, which resulted in his decision to step away from writing poetry and concentrate on weird fiction again for the first time since his teenage years. Dagon, published in 1919, is one of the short stories written during that period. In this example excerpt from The Conservative, the master of horror fiction explains his attitude towards warfare and the idea of world peace. Why any sane human being can believe in the possibility of universal peace is more than the conservative can fathom. Should the entire civilized world agree simultaneously to disarm, one or more nations would undoubtedly retain secret armaments and at the proper time take advantage of their more altruistic and less astute contemporaries in the wild career of conquest against unarmed victims. No country is or ever can be above warfare until the basic impulses of the human animal shall have miraculously changed. That's it. I mean, he's actually not wrong on that. He actually was not wrong on that. Slowly but casually going crazy, exactly. Just casual craziness, casual insanity, you know? Like there's like casual insanity and then there's a hardcore insanity. Like the hardcore insanity is like you really need to go deep into that. You need really to be dedicated to that. Anything else around here or just a big white void outside? Oh, another one. The Atheist. Lovecraft considered himself an atheist and absolute materialist, which he attributed partly to his early childhood interest in astronomy and science in general. In his own words, I am indeed an absolute materialist so far as actual belief goes, with not a shred of credence in any form of supernaturalism, religion, spiritualism, transcendentalism, metempsychosis, or immortality. All I say is that I think it is damned unlikely that anything like a central cosmic will, a spirit world, or an eternal survival of personality exists. They are the most preposterous and unjustified of all the guesses which can be made about the universe, and I am not enough of a hair splitter to pretend that I don't regard them as errant and negligible moonshine. In theory, I am an agnostic, but pending the appearance of radical evidence, I must be classed, practically and provisionally, as an atheist. Sources: Against Religion, the Atheist Writings of H.P. Lovecraft, Mythos, The Myths and Tales of H.P. Lovecraft, and Robert E. Howard. Okay, yeah, hard confirm. He was very much an atheist in his life. That looks to be about it, actually, in this room. Unless there's like a third thing hiding somewheres. Yep.
Once I sought out a celebrated ethnologist and amused him with peculiar questions regarding the ancient Philistine legend of Dagon, the fish god.
Ah, here we go. Yeah, here we go. Oh, right here, right in front of us. Dagon, or Dagon, was the main deity of the Philistines, worshipped throughout the Middle East as the ancient god of fertility and crops. In Hebrew, the word Dagon was a common noun for grain. The rulers of Akkad, Mesopotamia, chose him as the patron saint of their war conquest. He also appeared as the judge of the dead in an Assyrian poem and an underworld prison warder in one of the Babylonian texts. He is often mistakenly taken for a fish god due to the wrong interpretation of his name, as in Hebrew, the word dag means fish. In H.P. Lovecraft's works, Dagon is an underwater deity ruling over the deep ones, a humanoid race with fish traits that resides in the oceans. He is worshipped by a secret cult called the Esoteric Order of Dagon. Yeah, it's like if you ever play Bloodborne, the DLC area is like the later half of the DLC. You go into a village that is essentially filled with fish people. And it's like the Bloodborne already has a lot of Lovecraftian inspiration going for it. But one like that at that point the game is just like throws all the pretense out the window. It's just like, yeah, we're just going all in at this point. Just going all in on the Lovecraft stuff. Anything else here about that we can look at? Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? That's a progression thing. Looks like that is it. Unless on the statue here. Okay, nah. Okay, nothing on the statue. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good. Boop.
But soon perceiving that he was hopelessly conventional, I did not press my inquiries.
Hopelessly conventional? I guess that's the thing? I guess it's supposed to be like... I guess it's supposed to be like the person he was trying to get in contact with just didn't really go beyond like the surface level research, I guess. August Derleth and the Cthulhu Mythos. August Derleth was an American writer and anthropologist. He also befriended Lovecraft and published many of his works through his company, Arkham House. Though he greatly contributed to the popularization of the author's works, after his death, he is surrounded by numerous controversies. One of his most questionable decisions involved introducing the good versus evil doctrine. Derleth was a devout Catholic to the Cthulhu mythos, which contrasted with Lovecraft's view of the world and his approach to cosmic horror. As a result, the author's works are often misunderstood and misrepresented in today's culture. It is also worth noting that Lovecraft was never really interested in creating a mythology, and the term Cthulhu mythos was coined by Derleth after the author left the mortal plane. Really? Oh, that's actually very interesting. It's like, I think that's like back of in that time frame. Yeah, it's very easy to kind of for someone whoever had like the publishing rights to that just go do what else, because like I don't even like I forget when copyright law was actually introduced, but yeah, it's like it good to know. Yeah, it's interesting. It's like because I don't know if copyright law was a thing back there and back then, and then it's like, oh shit. Okay, hey Corpse Eater, how you doing? All right, we got a Bean Boozle redeem. So let's go ahead and grab one of these. There we go. All right. Thank you for the redeem. Like to test your fate. Yeah. We'll see if Dagon's will is with me. We'll see if Dagon is looking down on me with positive vibes on this day. Let's see, which one is this one? The coloration is a little off, but I think this one might be, what is this? It's kind of hard to tell. I think this might be either stink bug or toasted marshmallow. We shall see. Oh no, it's something else. Oh yeah. Oh, that's good. I think that's a Tutti Frutti. I think it's actually a Tutti Frutti. That's actually not bad. Oh yeah, that was good. That was a good one. Dagon smiles upon you. I apparently have Dagon's favor on this day. Hope it's bad at the same time I don't. Oh god. I was like, at the debut stream, I tried one, and I was like, one of the worst ones I got was rotten egg, and I was like, oh, that was vile. It was just fucking vile. I was like, no. Why? That means the other could have been puke, you lucky man. I am very lucky indeed. I am very lucky indeed, apparently. Oh, man. How you doing, though, Corpse Eater? Thank you for swinging by. How you doing this evening? Thank you for the redeem. Anything else in this spot? Or is that it? I think that looked to be it for the moment. Oh, hello, there's another thing. The Marketer. Lovecraft's attempts to find a job in 1925 were influenced by advice he received from friends. Among others, he started freelancing for a marketing magazine where he would write announcements and commercials. Feel free to judge his copywriting skills for yourself. Oh boy. From an ad for Curtis Woodwork. Curtis Woodwork embraces both the usual structural units and the cleverest contrivances of built-in or permanent furniture, such as bookcases, dressers, buffets, and cupboards. Every model is conceived and created with the purest art, ripest scholarship, and mellowest of craftsmanship which an energetic enterprise can command, and made to conform rigidly to the architecture of each particular type of home. The cost, considering the quality, is amazingly low, and the trademark of the individual pieces prevents any substitution by careless contractors. Volume 2, number 1. Interesting. Writing ads is always kind of a, depending on how much freedom you had, it's kind of a fun thing. It's always kind of fun, depending on how much freedom you have. How goes the great ancient one? It's interesting. Like, I never really read this story the story itself, but like the narrative element of this game is really making it a unique experience. I will say that. Like, it's not even anything really graphically intensive either. It's pretty straightforward for the most part. Anything around here, or is it just? Yeah, it's not like this game is this game isn't really meant to be a graphical masterpiece or whatever. It's like it's basically just meant to be a set piece to provide a backdrop for the narration, essentially, which it does splendidly. It does splendidly. Like, it gives you a perfect visual representation of what's going on. I'm glad Dagon has pleased you. Yes. Like, I've always had an interest in some of Lovecraft's works in terms of like the elements that they usually utilize.
It is at night, especially when the moon is gibbous and waning, that I see the thing.
Oh.
I tried morphine, but the drug has given only transient surcease and has drawn me into its clutches as a hopeless slave. So now I am to end it all, having written a full account for the information or the contemptuous amusement of my fellow men.
Oh jeez, before you're starting to fit again, hold on. Okay, Corey's back in. She's throwing a fucking fit. She's just throwing a fit tonight. Okay, hold on. Alright, how about this? Hold on. I got your treats right here. I got your treats. You want a treat, Corey? You want a treat? Will that calm me down? Where are you? There you are. What? There you go. Yeah, see? I got the cat some like little temptations, like mini treats, just something to kind of help like chill, as a means to kind of help like maybe get Corey to kind of chill out a little bit, you know, when she's being a little brat. When she's being a little brat. She seems to like it. That's good. Like, as long as she's able to like eat it. I've gotten treats for the cats before, and there's some that she just doesn't really care for, but she seems to like these at the very least. So that's good. That's very good. I love the stories. Like, I actually have a tome of Lovecraft stories, and it's like, I was actually thinking I want to try and get back into doing horror readings. I kind of fell off of that because I got busy with a bunch of other shit. But I want to try and see if I can get back onto that. Like, maybe we can do some streams for like live readings of classic works. No, I said I must save for the Bean Boozle, but the Crab Rave has overcome me. That's perfectly fine. Okay, imagine back in the Mucky Muck, and you're seeing all the fucking like dead aquatic life and whatnot. Oh, that's got. Oh, is that playing twice? Oh, I think it's playing twice actually because. Okay, hold on. I think it might actually be playing twice because. There we go. Okay, that's right because I originally had it on the console previously. So it's, yeah, so I guess I forgot to take it off. But it should be fine now. Should be fine. Hello, Chi. Hello, Chi. How you doing? How you doing? Thank you for swinging by. Thank you for the redeem. How you doing this evening? Jump scared me. Nobody expects the crab rave and the coffin dance. Oh man. But how you doing? What was I saying? What was I saying? Right, I was gonna try and see if I can get back into doing like horror story readings, like classic story readings. Don't know if I want to do it like live on stream or if I just want to pre-record them like I did previously. Might do both. Might do both eventually. But it's something I want to try and get back into the habit of doing this year. I kind of fell off because I just got busy with a bunch of stuff, but I want to try and get back on that now that I've got the live TD model ready and going. Thought it was on purpose. Yeah. It kind of is meant to, in a way, yeah. Just been lurking? Ah, yeah. And hope you're enjoying your lurk. Hope you're enjoying your lurk. Alright. We're back here. Ooh, here we go. Lovecraft on tobacco and alcohol. Lovecraft hated tobacco, even though he used to smoke when he was 12, in order to look and feel like an adult. In his correspondence with friend Reinhard Kleiner, he claims that he quit as soon as he started wearing long pants. I don't get the correlation, but good on him, I guess? He also had a very strong opinion about alcohol, as evidenced by his letter to Zelia Brown, dated 13th of February, 1928. As for the matter of drinking, I have never tasted intoxicating liquor and never intend to. Having a strong aesthetic disgust at anything which blunts or coarsens this delicate natural equipoise? I think that's it. Equipoise of the evolved human intellect and imagination. Drinking excited my personal repugnance, hence I don't drink. Let the herd do what they will. I am rather in favor of prohibition, the prohibition of any one antisocial force, as well as any other. Wow. Jeez. A bit of a heavy stance on that. I guess that's probably why he uses, like, alcoholism as a subject matter in some of his works. Corey, hey, behave. Behave, Corey. Jeez. Doesn't seem like there's anything else. Unless there's something on paper? Nope. That's about it.
Often, I ask myself if it could not all have been a pure phantasm. A mere freak of fever as I lay sun-stricken and raving in the open boat after my escape from the German man-of-war.
Possible.
This I ask myself, but ever does there come before me a hideously vivid vision in reply. I cannot think of the deep sea without shuddering at the nameless things that may at this very moment be crawling and floundering on its slimy bed, worshipping their ancient stone idols and carving their own detestable likenesses on submarine obelisks of water-soaked granite. I dream of a day when they may rise above the billows to drag down into their reeking talons the remnants of puny, war-exhausted mankind. Of a day when the land shall sink and the dark ocean shall ascend amidst universal pandemonium.
Yeah, that's holy shit. Holy shit indeed. Yeah, that like imagine looking out your window just seeing this. Imagine just looking out the window and seeing that. Kitty cat, kitty cat, kit. Okay, yeah. Corey's playing with her little tunnel now, so she's doing all right. As long as she doesn't cause too much of a racket. Yeah, quite unnerving indeed. Quite unnerving indeed. Not gonna lie. Yeah, that's a big fuck that. A big fucking nope. Just close the blinds and just go back to bed. Just close the blinds and go back to bed. Oh. Oh. Ooh. Oh, I don't like that sound. Oh. Oh. Oh.
No! No! No!
Hey, cut it out.
He's like, no thank you. No thanks. No thanks. No one's home. No one's home.
I hear a noise at the door, as of some immense slippery body lumbering against it.
Unless you have Girl Scout cookies, then I don't want anything. Praise be Dagon, who has water in their shoe, my lord. Oh, gods. Do I open the door, or... Oh, boy. Is there anything else I can look at? Not a whole lot else. Not a whole lot else. Jeez. Oh, boy. Nothing else to do in this case, I guess. I guess we'll open the door. It is Girl Scout season. Oh yeah, it is
shall
good.
not find me.
It is coming to be Girl Scout cookie season, isn't it? Oh.
God, that hand!
Oh.
The window! The window!
Window. 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 Window! Thank you for playing. We hope you enjoyed immersing yourself in our little pool of cosmic horror. We would appreciate if you took a moment to rate Dagon and check out our other games and DLCs. Hey. Dagon working on his helping the elderly badge. Yep, there you go. Oh, this was a cool experience. This was pretty cool. I like it. I liked it. I really liked. Did we get all the trivia bits, or did I miss any? Let's see. Oh yeah, I did miss some of the trivia bits. Okay. Yeah, I think I might need to like, oh, there was like one more right at the end. I may need to look up a guide to see what the other bits are. But yeah, this is really cool. A nice little, visual narrative through, some of Lovecraft's more notable, notable works. Tales of Aryan Lake. Oh, it's another DLC thing. Oh, it's coming soon, actually. Welcome to Tales of Aryan Lake, where your favorite Sunday fishing show meets Alfred Hitchcock. Grab your gear and start shaping your story. Oh, this is something that they're actually working on. They're actually working on another game. So it's not out yet. Time to crack open the cold one, cast your hook, and wait for the fish to come. The lake may look sleepy on the surface, but trust us, you just need to peer into its murky waters, if you choose to. Okay, so they actually are working on a full-on, bit of a more full game. Grab your fishing gear and start shaping your story. Okay. Immersive real-time system to decide what to focus on a given day. Choose your playstyle, make choices, and see how they shape the story. Immerse yourself in the mysteries of Lake Erin, or concentrate on extensive fishing gameplay, or do both. Discover surprising plot twists, additional secrets, and numerous different endings. Drink beer, catch fish, start to question your reality, or don't. Okay, yeah. I'll wish list that. I'll wish list that. I'll keep an eye on that. That seems like it could be a fun thing to do. Man's just smashed through a window. Imagine how many cuts would be on him. I would be more concerned about the landing. You know, I would be more concerned about the landing than the cuts. Copyright was invented in 1790s, wasn't enforced until 1830s, and even then, anything could hardly be done. Ah, that explains it. Because yeah, it'd be hard to really trace where who the original holder was sometimes, unless it was like specifically marked. Interesting. Hey, thanks for checking that up. Thanks for checking on that. But this was cool. This was a really cool narrative experience. But yeah, it's a Dagon. Check it out on Steam and look up Tales of Aryan Lake. Looks like it could be fun.